Hello, this is Paul, and I'm back again with another drawing. I did drawing number 2 in my Book of Doodles. I was thinking about calling this book my Skadoodle book, but then I remembered that Skadoodle was, I think, a toy from probably 40 years ago, 30 years ago, kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch, but not quite as cool. And I thought Book of Doodles sounds kind of more magical and interesting. I was also playing around with my Skedaddle book, which means to get away fast, and I thought about Dundle, which means to make things overcomplicated for no good reason. But there's lots of good reasons to make your doodles overcomplicated. It means you just get to draw more lines, put in more shading, more dots, more circles, triangles, ovals, oblongs, oddball shapes. To make it overcomplicated, I think it's impossible to do that in a doodle book. That's the whole point of doodling, is just doodle and on, making lines that never really go anywhere. You could maybe call it lost or something like that, but it's not really a dundle, unless you want to dundle on purpose. So maybe it could have been a skadundle book. And I thought about skabumble, because it's kind of wondrously aiming around, unless you're a bumblebee. Bumblebees always know where they're going. They're looking for flowers, drinking nectar, and making honey. That's what they do. Not sure why they call them bumblebees. It's a pretty straightforward life they have, I think. Go to work, make honey. Not really bumbling around. Humble seems more like it. I think they were called humblebees at one point, way back when. Maybe Middle English, something like that. They called them humblebees before English was even English. Or they called it English, but if you try to read it now, you can't really understand it without a dictionary or some kind of book to help you understand Old English, Middle English, all that stuff. At any rate, I made some mistakes. I guess you'd call them blunders in this video while I was recording it. One was that I was so relaxed and focused on the drawing that I wasn't paying close attention to the camera angle, and somehow through the whole thing my hand was in the way for most of it, so you couldn't see the pen, I couldn't see the pen, putting the lines down, which is most of the fun when you watch drawings like this, is what the pen does, the ink coming out of it and the lines as they form. The other blunder I made was that somehow I inadvertently erased about an hour and a half of footage in the middle, so I put a fireball effect in there. I'm sure you'd have figured it out anyways without the fireball effect, but that was fun to put in there. Either one of these were terrible, but so I kept this video short. I was going to tell another story, but I thought I'd just talk about nothing for a while and mistakes and how mistakes affect things, doesn't affect things, means really nothing in the end. It was a fun drawing. I finished it, kept it short. Or it kept me short, maybe. Maybe somebody else was keeping it short for me. That's why that video hunk disappeared. Not really sure. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed watching another drawing in my Book of Doodles, number 2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Thanks again.